Here's what not to do if you want to be a singer. You know, I had discovered my voice. My singing voice was so, that day in the shower, like rich and expressive and deep. So I decided to be a singer. But I had been doing vocal warm-ups. You know, maybe you didn't know, but the voice, the vocal cords, are a muscle and they need a workout, just like every muscle in your body. So you could be the next 𝐒𝐿𝐵𝗵𝗵𝗵, but you won't know if you're not doing some vocal exercises. You know, kind of stuff like, oh, we would do it with the whole body. And, you know, I was never a great singer. I was the one in choir in church as a kid that, like, would get next to the good guys and kind of slide up with them. But after about 6 weeks of going to this vocal warm-up gym, which was kind of like a Seth Riggs speech level singing or Roger Love, you can find those guys online and you can find their workouts. I found my voice. Like, I was singing along to an Erasure CD and I thought, oh my gosh, I'm as good as Andy Bell. And then I moved on to the Pet Shop Boys and Depeche Mode and Tears for Fears. I mean, I sang like for hours, the entire 1980s electronic pop catalog. And guess what? You can't go from not singing hardly at all to singing for hours and hours like you're on Broadway. And I burnt my vocal cords. It sucked because I was in the theater program at the time, so I had to take like vocal rest for a long time. But you know, that experience, like I found my voice. I found that I could sing. From doing those workouts, I decided I wanted to be a singer, that I would put all my life energy into being a singer. Now, here's what you might not want to do if you've recently discovered you've had a voice. Tell all your friends and family you're going to be a singer. Because, look, friends are really good at giving you direct feedback without telling you you suck. So I put together so keep your creative project to yourself. Don't tell anybody until you are ready, until you know that it's time to share it with the world. And you'll know when that is. So you keep that under lock and key, because criticism can knock you out unless you're like the strongest person on the planet that's like totally resilient to any kind of criticism. If you are, I'd like to meet you. But if you're not, protect your creative voice until you're ready, until you're open for criticism. So yeah, friends are really good at giving direct feedback without telling you you suck. So I put together a showcase. I took a class and we presented at a cabaret bar called Don't Tell Mama in New York City. And I invited everybody that I knew. I invited all my friends for the very first time that I was gonna sing in public. Not a good idea. But yeah, they had great comments. Like I said, they're very constructive with the criticism. So the comments I got were like, wow, Larry, that took nerve. What a great place to do this. What a great choice of a venue. And one was, I loved your outfit. You look fantastic. My favorite comment was, I love how you spoke some of the words instead of saying them. That hurt. That hurt. And you have a future in comedy. So the moral of the story is protect your creative voice. If you want to be a singer, if you want to be a writer, if you want to be a sculptor, if you want to be a stand-up comedian, you find a group of people that will support you, that will tell you you are amazing, because you need encouragement in the beginning. Don't tell your friends and family, unless you have, like my mother, she loves everything I do. If you have a mom like that, go ahead and tell her. But don't tell your friends, because they know too much about you. They can see through all the drama. So they're gonna, if they have criticism, it's gonna be loaded. So keep it to yourself. And wow, get those vocal warm-ups and a really good voice teacher. You know, you can hire really great vocal teachers at all price points, and you know, you want them to be on your side. Like you want to find the one that's like, wow, your voice, you know, you could be professional if you continue. That's the one you want. Now you want them to correct your issues, but you want them to believe in you and like you and support you. Surround yourself with encouragement. Don't put yourself as that like just beginner up for criticism for the whole world unless you're ready to take it. And yeah, do those and build that vocal muscle. And post your singing video in the comments if you got one. I'd love to see it.